Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's me, Darcy, and him. That guy. Oh, I touched his face. It's disgusting. And welcome back to the Unnamed Podcast, the podcast where we sit here for roughly some time and talk rubbish. Last week's was long, although we did have a purpose last week. We got that job done.
Yes.
But I do want to talk about that before we jump into channel news.
Okay, yes.
Because it's something that came up. Because after we filmed the podcast, I showed Kris the Starfield stuff.
Yes.
But we didn't watch to begin with because it was about an hour of Starfield. Just Starfield. And you can't really skip any of it because then why are you even watching it? And we talked about something that Mr. Phil Spencer has said about Starfield in the past, which was that Starfield will not sell Xboxes. And after seeing that Starfield thing, Kris was of the same opinion as me, which was this game, if it is anywhere near as good as it looks, will shift the only console that it's going to be on.
Yes, indeed it will.
However, I do understand what Mr. Spencer is saying. It's a Bethesda game. Bethesda games do better on PC. Because Bethesda games are fucking sweet with some modding.
True. Very true.
But yeah, no, Starfield looks amazing.
Oh, very.
And, considering what we saw last week...
Yes.
...is almost completely finished. It comes out in September, so it's almost completely finished.
Almost. It'll have a few bugs.
Expected.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, like, just seeing Starfield, if anyone's actually watched that Starfield thing and you don't have that little bit of psychness rising in you, you're a cold, sad son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I just realised I didn't lock my chair in, nor did I have it in a professional position. I've been leaning back
all the time.
I've been leaning back like a slacker for the last 10 minutes. We've only been recording for 5, but I've been sitting in this chair for 10 minutes. Yeah.
No, it's in like 7.
Dude, I had to set up all the lights to get rid of the white screen.
Good point, yeah.
I had to be upset about that thing that fell.
Oh, yeah.
Then we had to talk about my hat being a cone.
Yeah. Very cone-like.
It is. It's because I got a big brain.
Alright.
That's what it's covering.
I don't agree with that.
Unlike my GoPros. So I just wanted to, because we didn't really discuss Starfield last time.
No.
Because Kris hadn't seen anything about it.
Very true.
Because I didn't really want to sit through 3 hours of gaming stuff before filming the podcast. I'm very dedicated to my craft. No, but yeah, so after watching that, Kris was,
it looks good. And there's so much customization.
I'm gonna never play this game. I'm gonna own it.
He's gonna start it.
Hundreds of hours into it. I will just be staring at that character customization.
Yes.
I don't think the bags under the eyes are quite baggy enough. No, they're too baggy. They're too baggy. But yeah, no, looking at Starfield, seeing what they've shown, I'm excited. I know how I'm going to play the game. Kris knows how he's going to play the game.
No, I don't.
Explosions.
Yes. Okay. No.
And apparently, also, just the funnest thing that I only saw once, even though I watched that thing 3 times, was that apparently dudes just explode at random.
Oh yeah, that took you ages. I noticed that 3 times.
Yeah, this guy, he knows an explosion when he sees one.
I do enjoy the games.
I was looking at the customization, being like, oh damn.
I mean, I was too.
And then they said something about base building, and I went, oh damn. And they said something about shipbuilding, I went, oh damn. And I went, I'm probably just gonna be a spaceship building thing. And people are gonna be like, have you played the game? And I'm gonna be like, build a nice base. Build a very nice base.
Yeah.
How's that going for you? I haven't left it yet. It's not finished.
No. Still plenty to do. I suppose that's kind of...
here's my question.
That was kind of what we were doing in Conan as well. We never actually finished that base.
Oh no, that's because... I'll show you my single player of Conan one day.
Oh, okay.
Where I'm using all the cheats.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I haven't finished the base yet either.
Holy shit.
It's a multi-level giant castle.
Oh, yeah.
I could, probably hold an entire server's worth of players in there fighting off no one because
They're all a party or a tribe.
that they'd all have to be so we can defend it.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's right. For when you get attacked.
Well, not even for when we get attacked. It's just that there's so much wall real estate around it.
Yeah.
That like you'd need so many people just to cover all the sectors.
Well, see, the thing is, you'd stop most spawns.
Chris,
Yes.
each section has its own town.
I'm aware of what's happened. I'm aware.
Uh,
But what I'm saying is, because you've built so much, all the spawns would have been stopped.
no,
Most of them.
no.
Really?
I have only taken up. So you know that section in the middle of the swamp where there's that camp. That's like in that colder region, but not the freezing region.
Yes, yes.
Pretty much where we were building before, except slightly further back.
More to the east.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like on the next hill over.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have everything from that hill pretty much up to the bandit camp.
Oh.
So like in terms of real estate, it's slightly larger than what we had last time.
Okay. Yeah.
But at the same time, it has a lot more levels going on.
True. We
Because
only
our last
had
one
what?
was 2 levels. This one I built 3.
Yes. But we were looking at 3.
Yes. Actually, this one might have 4. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were looking at 3 for the last one. I know
Three
that.
has always been my goal because then you have like the living quarters.
Yes.
Then you have the lower quarters where you've got like weaponsmithing and all that. And then you got the really low quarters where you have like the punishment wheel and the thrall shit and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the stables and the animals.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, but in the one I currently have set up, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of gates. There's a lot of gates, and you have to go. So pretty much you would have to go from the main gate through the entire lower town, round to get to the next gate, all the while being attacked from the walls.
Okay.
But once you get to the walls, you can't actually like the lower wall isn't connected to the higher wall.
Okay.
But the defenders on the wall can retreat because the steps
Okay.
are right near the door that goes in.
Yep.
Whereas you've got to fight through an entire town to get to there because you've kind of got to come in, then loop around, then come up another flight of stairs where there's another wall.
He likes his walls.
Well, that wall is technically a mid wall, so it is only there to protect that gate.
Ah, okay. Yes.
And then from the second section, there's an even higher wall.
Okay. Yep.
And then on the third section, it is just there is no wall because that's where my house is. I don't want a wall around my house. I want to be able to see. Plus, it's already up like. It's also like several safes hidden in the concrete under the ground.
It's also where the giant snakes will spawn.
What, in the safes?
In your room.
Oh, probably.
Because they did that one time.
Ugh. Conan. Oh.
God, that was funny.
Yeah.
My room was safe.
Fucking. It was.
And I didn't even build it.
No, I did. I spent ages building it. Ages.
I did.
But that's because I wasn't cheating. So this one I've actually spent twice as long, and I have been cheating.
True, yes.
It's incredibly hard.
Yes.
So much building. So much building.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much precision, because I like precision.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's jump on to channel news, and then we can talk about other stuff we're doing after that.
Yes.
Channel news. Videos came out this week. Did you know about that?
I did.
Yeah.
It's a shock.
It's almost like it's what we did.
I know, right?
No, so the videos that came out this week were...
Fall Guys was today.
Fall Guys dropped today.
Wednesday for anyone who's watching it on Friday.
Yes, correct. Fall Guys did drop on Wednesday today, the day we're filming this, but on Wednesday, when you see this. That was a fun one.
Yeah.
I was going to edit the raft and put the raft out today,
Yeah.
and I was like, I don't really want to do the raft. That's a long edit. I went,
What
oh,
is it?
Fall Guys. I went, oh, Fall Guys is there. So that means that I have like the whole weekend plus Monday, Tuesday to edit the raft to come out next Wednesday.
Yes.
I'm very happy about that.
That's good.
And
And then there was Mario Kart.
Mario Kart did drop. That Mario Kart has had a lot of use.
With the salty one.
Oh God! I was like, what is the best picture to kind of describe
Salt.
that? And then I was just like, yeah, that works for me.
Yep.
It's also like the Fall Guys one. I love the Fall Guys one.
Yeah.
Where it's just me like leaning on the other bean, pissing myself laughing, and you're like the bean, upset bean, Kris. It's very accurate.
I mean, I wasn't upset while playing.
No,
I knew I wasn't good. It was a thing.
Yes, but I did laugh. I had a lot of fun watching that one. Actually,
yeah.
I think I was more incredulous than laughing.
Yes.
How are you so bad? Also, I do want to state, because it is, if you've watched the whole Fall Guys one, you do see a bit where Kris says, you can edit it to make it look like I failed the first one. I didn't edit it. I didn't remove any of his runs. I did not change the order of any of his runs. I'm just that good that I remembered that he fucking failed out of the first round.
Wait.
It was the slide one where you sucked.
Wait, the first one was a slide one?
Yeah, the one you didn't finish.
Oh, that's right, because that was the first video I knew. But that's when I learned how to dive.
It's not true. I taught you how to dive when you did your practice run.
Yes, but then I wasn't aware that I had to dive.
What other channel is
The fucking slide.
Yes, it's a slide. You just slide on your tummy like a penguin.
Well, you should have been able to slide to start with.
They're beans. They slide like penguins.
Yes.
What else has been happening in channel news, Kris? Still, we're still sitting at 20 subscribers.
Okay.
So I'm kind of hoping that with the videos that dropped and the viewing they're getting, that might change soon. But
Hopefully.
who knows? I think the Mario Kart one's getting a lot because the salty man on the front. Yeah, other than that,
I can't think of anything else.
I've edited quite a few videos.
Okay.
So all of Cloudberry's edited, ready to come out.
Ah, yes. That was a fun one.
Yeah. God, that one gets.
I believe I was the better one in that.
You were. Actually, it depends. You're better with jetpacks and double jumps.
Oh yeah, fair point. Yeah.
And tiny. I'm better with the wheel.
Yes.
And just normal jumping.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that.
I did actually notice that because I was like, oh crap, and I'm watching the desk. I'm like, it's actually really funny. But what you notice the most when you watch those, which no one has other than me, is that really as the missions go on and get more complicated,
Yeah.
one of us generally has to sacrifice themselves for the other one to finish.
100%.
I think having two people on the screen just makes it crazy. Like, even though we are completely different colors.
Especially when one just spawns in.
Oh yeah,
It's
and
so
it's always random which one's going to be in front. And
Yes.
that's actually another big
And
thing.
you always pay
The
attention to
person
who's
in
in front
front.
so you fuck up and die.
The person in front is generally the person that survives. Because I was watching one and I was like, oh, Kris is doing really well. And I had died in the first jump because I just ran off the edge. I don't know why, but I'm just like, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Yep.
And then you're going along. I'm like, oh, Kris has got this. And then you land at the checkpoint. I fall in front of you, and
then
the
I
second I
immediately die.
land, you're dead.
Yep.
I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yep.
And then I have to go ahead and finish it. But I'm just like,
Because the checkpoints, they screwed me over so often,
Um,
and it's not because I didn't know which color was mine. It was purely because it was that distracting that it
yeah,
would fuck you
it
up.
is actually really hard sometimes when you are behind because you do it, especially in those pixel perfect ones.
Oh yeah.
Like there was a point where I think I was behind you, and you stop, and I must have just carried on like literally a mil past you, and I got hit by the laser that just missed you, and I was just like, fuck. And then at one point I didn't even realize I died. I was watching us play, and I'm like, wait, where am I? And it's like, oh, I had literally passed behind you and died.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, that one's actually a lot of fun.
That is one of the ones
and that is a
get so in the zone that when there's
complicated
two,
game.
gone.
Oh fuck. We are we're like 90 missions in,
90 something, I think.
and we are only up to chapter 2.
Yep.
And there are 7 chapters, and the last one is just called Masochist.
It's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah.
Holy
So
shit.
fuck it, and I haven't even figured out how to buy the hints yet. So
There's hints?
yeah, that's why we're collecting all those gems.
Oh.
They're the currency we can use to buy like a little ball that like shows you the jumping and the timing of everything.
We ain't doing that on the first playthrough.
We don't need that yet.
No.
Oh no,
No,
trust me,
fuck it.
there is going to be. I reckon when we get to Masochist, we will need that because I've seen some of those later levels, and you know that level where the lasers were going off everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, picture that, but also with swinging things and poking things, and yeah, it gets pretty bad.
That sounds like fun. Sounds like we're gonna lose our.
But yeah, so
fucking minds.
Cloudberry Kingdom has been edited, so the first of those will probably drop sometime next week.
Yeah.
So has both of the Mario Karts, where I actually come back.
He does come back, and then I think I start to die off on that one.
No, we're pretty good.
Okay.
Until we accept the new challenge, and then we're both okay.
Okay. Okay.
Except for like just there's points. And the second one comes out, we accept a new challenge, so you gotta wait for the second one. But once we accept that challenge, like everything goes bad.
I'm trying to think what challenge that was. That's not making any sense to me. What the
It's
fuck
good.
are you trying to say?
He doesn't know. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But one more time just to see if you get it.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, he's
oh,
dumb.
shit, yeah. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah. So that'll drop. We have another raft. I've talked about that. I'm hoping to drop that next Wednesday if I edit it. If I'm too lazy, it won't drop. But it's school holidays, so like I should my workload should drop off, and I should just have ages to do it and ages to sleep. So it should get done.
Yeah.
I should be able to knock out even the new Bunny Man, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
In the next week because I have the time.
Yes.
Or I might not and just sit here and play Major League Baseball and
watch Top Gear.
Modern Warfare. I have been watching Top Gear.
Oh,
The
I
new one
guess.
dropped this week.
The new one?
Yeah, the new Grand Tour.
Oh.
That's the one that's what I was sending you things of last night.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Okay, so yeah, channel news. Also, there's something I want to record with Kris. Well, there's actually two things that I've got to record with Kris. One is going to be our very first drop on Patreon.
Oh, okay, yes.
I have fucking sorted all of that shit out.
Nice.
And the second one is, so for those of you who don't know me and Kris personally, or even those who do, and we don't talk to this about, me and Kris love Satisfactory, the game.
Yes.
Satisfactory 8.
Shit, we're up to 8 now?
Yeah, it has literally just come into the experimental market, and I want to get back into it. And so I'm thinking maybe me and Kris start a Satisfactory run through.
Yeah.
It would mean starting a new game.
Oh, that's fine.
So pretty much throwing away everything we've done. My trains, your water pipes, my trains.
My coal generators.
Oh, my drone.
That's so many coal generators. Your irradiated drone.
Hey, that's technically no. That's definitely not Darcy's nuclear waste disposal area.
Doesn't mean it's not irradiated.
Didn't you read the sign?
No, I read the sign as I was being irradiated.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous.
Oh. You just all of a sudden start getting hit by radiation. You're like, oh shit! Oh, the drone, the drone.
Okay,
flying
well,
above.
that's just to get the nuclear power plant out of there. You know, you got to use drones.
Oh yeah.
The problem is where the drone goes to, which is somewhere that every time I have to go there, I have to take like 70 fucking filters.
Oh man, it is so bad.
I was sitting there the other day, so like last time I was in it, just making sure everything was still functioning with the new update.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there, and I'm like, I thought I had like 150 filters on me. I'm like, what the hell is? Oh, I'm over near these containers. Oh no! And I had lost, and I kid you not, about 78 of them in about 3.5 minutes.
Yep.
So that's a real bad place.
There was a point when we started with it, completely forgetting about moving the waste somewhere else because we just had to store it underneath.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty bad.
Oh, and we're just like, we couldn't get with, about 700 meters?
Yeah.
Would have been roughly, we couldn't get within 700 meters of the area that it was in. So not even just it itself.
To be fair, I always knew we'd have to move the waste.
It's true, but we didn't think it was that bad.
I thought it was, we were going to have more time than we did have.
Oh, yes.
And then we didn't have more time than I thought we had, and I went, oh shit.
And then all of a sudden we started moving it, and then it's like, hey, I'm getting closer without using the filters.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
Mind you, I just have like, I used to store nuclear waste under the base as well.
Yes, I do know that.
And then I was kind of like, I don't want to store this here anymore.
That's fair.
To be fair, I am actually, so I do want to start again and kind of do everything that we've got to now in our own world, like start planning for that.
Yeah,
so, like the platforms.
I moved to a new location.
Yeah, but like actually plan
a better location, because as much as that's a good starting location, we now know what we're doing. We can pretty much go anywhere.
I think that's like the best location in the game, all things considered.
Okay.
But we could definitely make it harder on ourselves by going to a subpar location. But yeah, as I said, like my big thing with that is like this time I'd like to actually plan out the building and not have to kind of, okay, we need more space over here. Put this here.
And then move it later on.
Yeah,
it's a massive hassle.
I think I've spent literally the last like 6 hours we've been playing just routing things under the stuff, so there's not conveyor belts going everywhere.
Oh yeah.
There's also the power generation that I've just literally run around with.
Now, if I showed you what Sean's got on his,
no.
Oh shit!
But
his manufacturing is just in a building.
Oh yeah, I know you could do that. That's kind of what we've been building towards, but also at the same time, I'm just lazy to do that because I'm also chief exploration man and most dangerous thing on that planet.
Yes. Second, and not second.
Those animals don't got explosives.
No, they don't.
But yeah, so that's something I've definitely been thinking about because I love that game so much. Like it's
fun.
Such a Satisfactory is such a good name for it because when you get everything working fine, it's satisfying.
Yeah. So, except when the power's not working, it's like what's failed. Kris, go find what's failed. Fix it.
Generally, it's the nuclear power plants.
Now it is. Now it's the nuclear power plants.
Do you know that
that becomes a team effort on that one.
Well,
but prior to that, it was just.
I don't know if you've actually noticed what I've done over there. I'll have to show you.
But
pretty much, I've set up enough power, so I've set up enough power storage so that if one of the nuclears fail or both of them fail, we can keep everything to get them running again, powered.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then it's
that's
just
good.
because that's a hell of a pain.
Oh yeah. Did start color coding things towards the end.
Oh yeah. I taught him about color coding. I think the funniest thing that happened in that game though was my car that just disappeared for like months.
Yes.
And then just one day it's like, no, I'm back, bitch. And I was like,
hello.
Where the fuck did you come from? And it was like, I've just been chilling. I was like, okay.
I do like those little tiny things though.
You do.
The portable cars.
Oh, they're pretty fun.
Yeah, they're fun.
Do you know we have several of them at my base?
I'm aware.
Because I kept building them because I was like, my lizard doggos have escaped. So I built another one and just chased after them. That'd actually be the other thing that I miss the most is having my like 12 lizard doggos.
Oh, of course.
Especially the day they got giant.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. That was hilarious.
That's pretty funny. I do like it when
it's just I turned around and like, whoa, hang on. What are you doing?
They're gonna eat you. But yeah, so we want to play some Satisfactory and so we might be starting up Satisfactory. Maybe after we finish the raft, or maybe while we're still playing the raft because we like to confuse ourselves.
Of course.
Yeah. So, what did I say we come back to? Oh yeah, the past. So before we continue, because I kind of have to admit to making a faux pas today.
Oh.
Yes, I know. French words. I accidentally wore a maroon shirt.
Shit, you did too.
So for those of you wondering, it is again the football day. Day 2 of 3. Much like last time we did the podcast on football day, except this time, not thinking, I just put on my maroon shirt because I was like, I'll be fine. And then it was football day and I went, oh, fuck, it's football day. Everyone's going to think I'm supporting it.
That is true, yeah.
And that's not what I'm about. So, yeah, bit of a faux pas. Which actually leads us perfectly into what I was telling you about before.
Okay, yes.
Right. So do you remember the first time? So right after Jordan moved into his house.
Okay.
And Kalisha and Danielle came round and were drinking there with us. And they brought the glitter vodka.
Oh shit, yeah.
That absolutely pissed Jordan off because he's like, there's just glitter all over my house.
Yes, I do recall it.
Around, yeah. And they were texting those two boys.
I don't know which boys, but yeah.
I don't know who the boys were either. All I remember is the fact that I was looking at them, and you know they're being classic fucking fuck boys.
Yes.
And then at one point, like,
oh, that's right. And they were taking photos of us to send to them.
They were taking photos of themselves, and they were showing us pictures of them, and then they were saying what we were saying about them back to them.
Oh yeah.
Like,
no, I thought
why is that guy in your bed?
I thought there was a point that they were actually recording us saying.
Yeah, no, they were recording you because they were saying something about shit. The girls wanted them to get them McDonald's. Yes. And they were like, "Show us your tits, and we'll get you McDonald's." So you showed them your tits.
Oh yes.
And then I said I'd give them a cuddle if they came.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
But and they're lying in the bed, and we're like, "Wait, are you lying in the bed? Are you secret lovers?" And they're like, "It's 2020." And we're like, that doesn't answer our question about you being secret lovers. And then we were looking at them, and I went, "Do you guys play football?" And Danielle was like, "Oh, I'll ask them. Do you guys play football?" And they were like, "Yeah." How'd you guess? And I went, "Oh, because your heads are so square."
That's
like,
right.
Quickly, grab a measuring tape. To ask them to tell us how square their heads are, because this was when I was doing my groundbreaking research on how the squareness of a person's head affects their football playing capabilities.
Yes.
It's positive. The squarer the head, the better the footballer.
Yes. I can agree.
Also, probably really good at like measuring things. Like, hey, is my wall straight? Yeah.
Hold on, buddy. Yeah, it's good.
You put your head next to it. No, but yeah. Yeah, good times.
Hell yeah.
Especially when all the glitter was in Jordan's house and he was so upset about it.
He was there for days. He vacuumed many times.
Oh, of course he did, because he was absolutely fanatical about it. There's glitter in my house!
Just the way I'm pretty sure they came downstairs and like, so what's happened upstairs is... And then Jordan goes up and looks and he's like, oh, god damn it. So I then have to go over and have a look.
Oh, it was pretty funny.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Speaking about funny, me and Kris had a hell of a weekend.
Yes.
Man, it was insane. It started Friday.
It did.
So, literally, when the podcast dropped last week, several hours later.
Yes.
Me and Kris were at a 21st birthday party. I know you're looking at us going, oh, you're young lads, that wouldn't be unusual for you. We hate 21-year-olds with a passion. I got to pull out my favourite catchphrase. I'm almost 30. Like 10 times.
Oh shit. Didn't hear that.
It's because they kept coming at me and being like, you want to do shots? And I was like, I'm almost 30. I don't want to do tequila shots.
I just fucking hate tequila.
Multiple tequila shots. I did end up doing tequila shots, but I was just like, I'm almost 30. I don't need this shit. Anyway, so we're having a great time. Kris lost a pool. Then I lost a pool. Then Kris lost
That was annoying as shit to me, though.
And then
I was winning.
Then Kris lost a pool ball.
Lost a ball?
Yeah.
That wasn't my fault.
I'm fairly sure it was.
No.
I'm telling you, the balls were there, and then all of a sudden they weren't. And the one that was missing were the balls that you were sinking. Yeah. So Kris lost a pool ball.
Wait. Wasn't there a game before you played that one?
Yeah.
So it wasn't my fault.
No, because we had all the balls. It was a game after hours where they didn't, and for the rest of the night where they didn't. So Kris ruined everyone's fun. Yeah, that was crazy. So that was like the start of the night. Like, I kid you not, I felt like I'd been there for like a month.
What?
And I looked at the time, I'm like, oh my god, it's only 9 o'clock.
I didn't have that situation.
Yeah, no, I was like,
I was good with the time.
I was like staying there, and I'm just like, oh my god, I feel like I'm like, it's gotta be like almost midnight. I'm like, it's gotta be almost midnight. We've been here for so fucking long, and I'm looking at the time, like, it's 9:30.
Yeah, I didn't have that issue.
Anyway, so that was happening.
It happened, yes.
And then after that happened, everyone, like, because it was my little sister's birthday, like, literally some of the adults that were left with us, when I say adults, I mean, like, my parents' age range,
Yes.
and us went to the clubs. And we got to the clubs, and, oh, fuck, they were dead.
Oh, they were, yes.
But that was fine. I actually kind of prefer that to the other thing. You know what I'm talking about? When a club is not dead and it's just full of people who keep spilling their drinks on you.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
It's kind of the worst.
It is.
And what made it even more insufferable is that even though we'd had a bar tab, I realised pretty fucking quickly when everyone's like, okay, we're moving to clubs, I'm like, I'm not drunk enough.
Yeah, I know, right?
I went, no, I'm not. I'm like, I'm still making good choices.
That's not good.
I can't go to a club. So we went to a club. No, it is what it is. And we were hanging out at the club, and we're talking to all the young children, and, you know, people kept, like, the one takeaway I have from that entire night is people kept talking to me like, oh, with this person. I'm like, you poor innocent fool. I know none of your names.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So that happened. That was pretty fucking shit. And then we went to another club, and I hate this club. The club we were going to is the one I hate the most, but it was full of people, including Jono and Jaden. No, Jono and Jordan.
Jordan was there.
I remember Jordan. Jaden wasn't there. He was in Perth.
Yeah, he was. Still is.
Hello.
Hey.
But so we went there, and like as we're walking in, I just remember looking at Kris because the police walked in next to us. I went, you reckon they'll accept my complaint if the bathrooms are flooded? Officer, the bathrooms are flooded. I am very upset. Because literally every time I go there, the bathroom's flooded. Every time.
I don't think it was this time.
I didn't go into the bathrooms. I wasn't taking that risk. I went to the bathrooms before we left the other one.
How that would have been smart.
Because I literally said, okay, if we're going there, I need to go to the bathroom. Because I refuse to go to the bathrooms in the goat. Because they're always flooded.
It wasn't. Wait, did I go to the bathroom? I may not have.
Anyway, so we went to the second club, and that was about the time the night went from being to because basically what happened then was 21-year-old drama.
Wait, it wasn't there, was it?
Yeah, it was at the go. No, it was at the go where everything went bad.
Oh shit!
Did you not?
I didn't pay attention.
So
all I know is like Abby started hanging around us a lot more.
Yeah, that's because everyone else was like running around after one of them.
Oh,
who was just having a sook. Someone was having a sook. Someone's running around. One of my little sister's friends, who's slightly younger than her, is being hit on by our friend, who's slightly younger than me but older than Kris. And I know because I'm told all the time that she really doesn't like it.
At which point the two of us had to step in.
We're just like, away.
It's like, just back off. Yeah,
like it's not that she has a massive problem with him. It's just that he's very handsy.
He is.
If he's not being handsy, she's fine. But literally at one point, he's like, "Let's do this," and grabbed her, and I was like, and she looked at me, and I went,
dancing.
"Let's not."
Was she? Yeah, because I think she looked at you, then looked back at me as well, and it's like, Jonathan, stop. She doesn't want to go dance.
Yeah.
No, but dancing's like, Jonathan,
stop it.
Just go.
That was fun.
Yeah.
And then we went back to another club that was shut. So we had to go to the other side.
Oh, yeah.
Which I detest.
He does indeed.
Those are strippers.
Yeah.
Rockhampton strippers. Yay. Fuck, I can't even remember what happened there. I just remember being really upset the entire time.
Look, I believe
and watching Flow Rider.
You were watching Flow Rider.
No, I wasn't watching Flow Rider. It was, who was it? It was Ludacris.
Oh,
I
shit,
kept
what's
saying,
going
what about Ludacris?
That's it. Okay, fair point.
What's he gonna do?
No, it's. I think all we did there was just sat down talking,
Pretty much.
and then a few drinks, and then that was it.
Yep.
None of us actually paying attention to anything that's going on around us. The side we wanted to go to was closed.
Yeah, well, the site I wanted to go to was closed. And then I lost everyone again, except for like you and Gabby, who we were just sitting there talking to.
Yeah.
And the girl that was getting titties rubbed in her face.
Yes.
She was there too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, hey, I thought I had a sister somewhere. And everyone's like,
You did say
she's
that a couple times.
probably. And I went, oh, fucking no. I think everyone just kept saying, she's probably in the bathroom. I'm like, oh, fuck, that's not surprising. But I also know my sister, who earlier in the night had said to me, because she was wearing a white dress, and
Yeah.
I said, Kalisha, you're drinking fluoro-coloured
Holy shit!
drinks.
I didn't pay attention. to
and
that.
you're wearing a white dress. Like, at one point, she's drinking this jug of blue. That's what she's drinking. It's blue.
Okay.
And she's in a white dress, and I said, how long until that white dress is blue? And she looked at me with all seriousness in her eyes and said, I know how to handle my alcohol. And I went, fuck off. What, I've known you for your whole fucking life. You drink 2 drinks and you're done.
I've known her for the last couple of years, and I know that.
Yeah, so I had a very big laugh about that. Because, like, she said that to me and I was already like 4 or 5 drinks in. I was just like,
That's funny.
come back and see me when you're on my level.
Pretty much. Yep.
But yeah, so anyway, they're off doing whatever they're doing. We're sitting there. Everything's going great. And then it's like, we have to leave now. The club's closing. I'm like, why have we even fucking come here?
Pretty much.
Anyway, so the club closes, as you would expect. Well, we did leave the other one at the right time, because that's when that dude with the blood in his mouth left.
No.
In the fight. Do you
No.
remember the fight?
No, I don't remember the fight.
Oh, there was a fight happening across the street when we left, because the 2 guys
Oh,
that
that's
got
right. I
thrown-
remember
The 2
saying
guys
something
that
about-
got thrown out of the club before us decided they'd continue punching each other in the face outside.
Yeah.
And then one of the guy's buddies decided they'd also punch the other guy in the face.
Yeah.
And then the cops showed up.
I
And
do recall talking about it.
Do you recall saying there and the girls being like, what do? We want to go past them. And we're like, you just walk past them.
Yeah.
You don't make eye contact, you don't stop, you just walk. You pay no attention to them.
And I think they just stuck beside us the whole way. Just to
The
make
police
sure.
had rocked up by then, but yeah. So anyway, so we went to this other club. It closed, and then it went from a night to a fuck night. Because it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I just want to go home. There's this guy talking about how he needs to get into the strippers to get a lap dance from his sister.
That was some funny shit. So no, he didn't say that initially. He's just like, I need to get in there. It's like, oh, my sister works here. It's like, wait, you wanted a lap dance from your sister?
No, I need. Guy just wants to go in and see his sister. That's the strippers, mate. But as I said, like, so we've got like all these little 20-year-old girls like screaming at this guy that he's not allowed to go in. I mean, I'm just kind of standing there next to them, and they're like, "Why did you guys step in?" I'm like, "You guys had it. He didn't start throwing punches." I'm like, "If he started throwing punches, then we drop him on his ass."
See, that's when we step in.
But until then, we let you and him argue, because while you and him argue, no one's getting stabbed.
That is true.
I'm like, the second someone bigger steps in is when, if he's got a fucking knife, he goes for it.
Yeah.
I'm like, best not to even cause a problem. Just sit back, let him argue with a bunch of little girls
To be honest, I think they
who
had him
he
beat
lost
anyway.
against.
Yeah, they had him beat.
They had him. They had him.
He was not big.
No.
He was trying to go.
Oh fuck no! No, but it was his 2 buddies who were kind of standing back, and was like, "If this escalates, this is going to be ugly."
Oh, yes.
I'm just like looking at him like, "These are the fucks that would," especially considering the fact that people are starting to carry knives to the clubs these days. Why the fuck? I might get in a fight. This is why I'm like, it's better to be smart than strong.
Yeah.
Better to be both, but
True.
brains beat strength every day. This is what I've always said. Jonah, you can't beat me in a fight. And he goes, yes, I can. I go, no, you can't, because you punch me, and then I get all your money.
Yes.
It's called a lawyer.
That is exactly what happens.
But
he's so used to situations where a fight happens, he's in it, and then nothing gets done about it.
yeah. It's like, no, I would sue you for assault, motherfucker, because I have brains.
No, but it's because the other people that get into a fight with him are dumber than him.
He's the second best at maths.
Oh, he is. He is.
After Jordan.
Fuck off.
Darcy. Maths. I'm still angry about that.
Where you are.
No, so anyway, guy comes up. He wants to get into the strippers. He wants a lap dance from his sister. We didn't catch his name. If we did, I'd definitely say it because he deserves to be made fun of.
Yeah, it does.
That
was funny.
And then him and his two buddies walked off to the river.
No, the cops were talking to him first.
Oh, did they? So the cops talked to them. Then they walked off.
The cops were called, and then they were still there as they were pulling up. But once they were pulling up, that's when they started walking away. But it was towards the other club, and they stopped them then.
Somehow they ended up at the river, is all I know, because they walked back from the river past us later.
Okay. Yeah.
Because we stayed outside of the club for a very long time.
But we were told someone was coming back for us.
Oh, it was fucking hilarious. So they said, we're going to go to this person's place to drink. And that wasn't going to happen because that's 20-year-old drama for you. So,
they split up.
They split up.
Yeah, no, they went off to say, like, we're going to this person's
Oh,
place.
yeah.
We were told, like,
so we
someone would go to their car and then come back.
So there was a guy who wasn't drinking and was able to drive, and we were like, okay. And of course, the two birthday girls get in his car and like, we're going with him. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Okay. And then they're like, there's 2 more seats. And we're like, okay, you go, because you're the one whose house it's supposedly going to be at. It's not going to be at your house, but you go, and you also go to one of the other ones, and because your car is at her house, and then you can come back and get the rest of us.
Yes.
Because there were 4 of us left.
No, we weren't just dictating that. She said she was going to come back.
That's what she said. Anyway, so they disappear. And then we're sitting there. Then everyone's kind of like, da this and da that. And me and Kris just like, ugh. And they're like, we can catch a cab. And we're like, I don't really want to catch a cab.
Neither do I.
And they're like, oh no, we'll catch an Uber to this place. I'm like, oh, I don't really want to. I'm like, if it's... Because they're like, oh, we'll go... About half an hour after everyone's gone, we get a message. So, yeah, we're not doing drinks at this person's house. 20-year-old drama.
Yeah.
That everyone saw coming. Like, literally, the 4 of us are sitting there talking about it, and we're just like, yeah, it's not going to happen. No.
We were right.
So anyway, we're like, okay, we'll go to this person's place. And so we're sitting there waiting to get picked up to go to another person's house, who's not very far from where we are. Like, it was like 3 blocks, 4 blocks, 5, 6 blocks.
4. It would have been about 4 blocks, roughly.
Yeah. Diagonal line, pretty quick. My phone did lie to me, however, but that's later on in the story. So we're sitting there waiting. Then I get a phone call from the person who's supposed to be picking us up, and all we can hear in the background is sobbing.
No, that was on the way back.
No, that was before we left. That was because she called Tori. And
that's right, she called Tori. I thought you said when she called you.
No. There was no sobbing when she called me.
No. Yeah, well, that's true, yes.
So we're sitting there, and we're hearing sobbing, and then occasional words, and I'm like, wait, is she crying? And then she's like, no, that's the other one. And we're like, oh, okay. And so we're sitting there waiting a little bit more time, because apparently our ride is now acting as counselor. Yeah. And then eventually we're just like, it's been about an hour, and we're just like, fuck this. We will go to...
A taxi had pulled up beside us like 20 minutes beforehand.
Yeah, it was just sitting in the middle of the road, and so 2 of them got in the taxi. We're like, look, you guys jump in the taxi, we'll just fucking leg it. Like, we got no problem just legging it there. It's 4 blocks.
4 blocks. It's like...
I'm like, I've got it on my phone right here. This is the address. It says it'll take us 3 minutes to get there. That was a lie. It did take us longer than 3 minutes.
It did. But I think he was saying 3 minutes.
By a car. Yeah, probably.
By a car.
Anyway, we're walking. We're just like, okay, we'll leg it. We'll meet you there. So we start walking off into the very early morning.
Which is about 4 o'clock.
Yeah, it's about 4.
Yeah.
So we're bugging along, going hard, stomping the street.
Yeah.
Then because we're us, I start talking to Kris about being crushed by a crane.
We did walk past the crane.
I don't know, because Kris goes, we could just walk past the crane. I'm like, Kris, I'm not fucking walking on the other side of the road past the construction site, because that crane will fall and crush me to death. And he was like, Nah,
No, it won't happen. It's fine. It's safe.
it's probably very long.
And then he hears a noise and thinks it's the crane.
I'm like, oh, is the crane falling? Oh, no. It's probably just a vagrant somewhere.
That word was used a lot that night.
That's because I was expecting to be stabbed by a vagrant.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's 3 a.m. I'm outside a club standing next to an alleyway. How am I not being stabbed by a vagrant yet?
That's fair. That's fair.
So anyway, we just power along, and it's pretty dark around where we're supposed to be going. We are off the main streets now.
Yeah.
The well-lit main streets. We did see that one car that had, a tow rope stuck to the front of it.
It did,
That was just kind of sitting and idling. And we're like...
Not sure what was happening there.
Well, that car was still there when we came back. So we
was.
really had no idea what that guy was doing. But we're like, he's probably going to try and break into something.
Maybe.
That was our expert opinion. Anyway, so we walk to this place. We get to this house that we think is the right place.
Yes.
And one light is on.
Yes.
And everything else is dark. Now, we've been told this place had a fire pit, some beers.
Yeah.
And we're just like, okay, so we expected this place to be like...
Nothing.
No one.
No.
Except a cocky. And I walk in, and we'll walk up to the gate to see if there's a number there to make sure it's the place that we were supposed to be going to.
Good.
No number. Just a cocky. And I talked to it and it said nothing.
Yeah.
So we're standing there and we're just like...
Is this the place? Is it? And then we decided to walk back.
Yeah. Anyway, and then I get a message from my sister who's supposed to be meeting us there, and that message reads, "Not feeling well, we've gone home." So then we're kind of standing there, me and Kris, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to call one of the parentals, get him to come pick us up, drop Kris home, take me home, because I don't have my keys.
Yeah.
So I need a way into the house.
Yes.
And then I get a message from my little sister who's now at home, and I'm just like, okay, well, I'm going to call mum or dad and get them to come pick me up. And she's like, oh, no, wait, Abby might be able to do you, just wait. And so me and Kris are standing there, and it's like, okay, Abby might be coming to get us.
So we started walking back anyway.
And we're like, although we're not really sure where we are.
We're not sure that it is the right place.
We're not sure we're in the right place, nor are we really sure we could describe where we are.
We were near train tracks.
But that's about it. So we're like, okay.
But when you're on that side of town, you're really not far away from the train tracks.
We're like, so what we'll do is we'll walk back to the clubs to be picked up by Abby there.
Yeah.
So we fucking leg it. Back past the crane. Again, it did not fall on us.
As I told him.
Could have been close though.
No.
Guy in the car was still sitting there idling.
That was before we got back to the crane.
Yeah. Get back to the crane. Get past the crane, back to the club. So we sit down and we're just like, okay, we'll wait for Abby here.
Yes.
We did have an issue with waiting for Abby there, which was we had no idea what her car looked like. We just comes in there cars driving past,
surely
slowly driving past, and we're just
she'll just pull up beside us.
Yeah.
That's how we'll know.
At one point, I'm just like, yo, what's text my little sister. I'm just like, what kind of car does Abby drive? Because 7 cars have driven past now and slowed down and then just kept going.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I think one of them was a taxi.
One of them definitely was a taxi. I'm like, I'm fairly sure she doesn't drive a big go fuck yourself ute.
That's what I thought.
I'm like, but, being a uni student, I was thinking something small and compact, but we hadn't seen anything, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just ask. So we expect things. There's some lovely men walked past. They said I looked like Thor.
They did.
And I needed a claw hammer.
Yeah.
Lovely guys. With an interesting scent.
Yes.
So we've kind of figured what they had been doing.
Yep.
Probably chilling somewhere.
Oh yeah.
They walk past. Abby drives up. We get in the car. She's like, "Bah, everything's been bad." Because while we've been having our adventure, she's just been sitting there listening to an argument.
She had. Oh god.
Anyway, that was the thing. And then she's like, "Oh wait, I should go see so if we can get Tori."
Yes.
And we're like, "Okay, we think we know where she is. Possibly, maybe. We were there earlier. Maybe."
We were
so
right.
we drive to this place that we think was the place we were supposed to go, but looked dead. And we're just like, okay, because at this point, it's past 4:30 in the morning.
Yes.
And we're just like these the drinks are not happening. Nothing is going on here anymore.
Nothing.
So we get in the car. We're out the front of this place, which has one light on. And we're like, we're pretty sure this is the place. She's like, are you pretty sure? We're like, we're pretty sure. Yeah. And so we text her friend, and she calls her. And we're waiting, and no response. We're like...
Does she eventually call back?
Oh, this seems pretty sketchy.
Yeah.
And then she calls her again. No response. So I was like, whoa.
Something sketchy's happening.
We're like, look. And then we're kind of sitting there debating whether we should just get out and knock on this person's door at like 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Whereas like, oh, we don't really want to. And we're like, but maybe we should. Because the last time we saw this young girl, she was talking about how she wanted to go home.
Yes.
And now we can't get in contact with her. We're like, okay, she's either passed out somewhere. Now, she was with someone who I believe is their friend.
From what I understood.
But, you know, like, kind of like our friend from...
Well, the whole thing, everyone was going to their place.
Yes.
So we assumed they
Well, yeah, and that was the whole thing. Like, we assumed that they were kind of okay, but, like, from what Abby was saying, we're like, okay, things could be getting a little bit sketchy here. Maybe.
Possibly.
And then Abby's phone's ringing, and we're just like, okay, we're like, we think we're in, we're like, yo, do you want to come home? We think we're in the right place. Yes, okay. So she wants to come home, and we're just kind of sitting there in the car. Probably another, like, 3 or 4 minutes go by. We're just sitting in the car. And then finally the door to this house with the one light opens up, and they come out. We wave goodbye, we get in the car, I get driven home, I get out, Kris gets driven home, I assume.
I was driven home. Yes. Tori lost track of her phone at some point.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. Then I get upstairs, I'm in bed, you know, lying there, and I'm like, oh no, I left Kris with 2. And I think I sent you a message for you, like, are you safe or something?
Yeah.
Just send him a message. I'm like, oh no, I left him in the car with 2 crazy people. Yeah.
Oh man.
But it was a hell of a night.
Oh,
and so, you know, I went to bed at like 5 in the morning. That was a thing.
Yeah, that was
very not unusual for me though.
No, it's not.
Like I was like in bed. I'm like, oh.
I think mine's about 5:30.
I'm like, am I gonna be? Oh, I'm like, I'm not even gonna be awake tomorrow. And then I just woke up about the normal time. That's right. I went to bed.
So I wasn't awake the next day. I ended up going to the shops on Sunday and saw Abby there. Just like, so how'd you pull up after that night? I'm like, yeah, pretty good. Well, dude, I had 13 hours of sleep.
I got in my exercise that night.
Oh yes, we did.
But yeah, and then on the Saturday, I had to go and I went into trivia, and like so I backed it up with one night of a beer. I had one beer that night.
Oh, that was the Drake's trivia.
Yeah. So I went and did that. Absolutely killed it because it was superhero based.
Oh man, I could have joined.
Oh, you did. We killed it.
There
there was like one where she's like, "Oh, you only got one of them wrong," and I was like, "Cool."
Which one was it?
It's just some character who did something, and I'm just like, "Oh,
look, I may have been able to get it. We could have
probably not because my answer would have been your answer."
Okay.
Yeah, the person who apparently was. I'm like, okay, you really only know that if you had read the comic that it was in. It's always my problem with superhero trivia. It's like, which iteration are you talking about? Yes. Because like,
yes, it is.
Who is this person? And you're like, well, hang on. In which situation? Because that's about 17 different people.
Well, it's like when we talk about Bruce Wayne. In most cases, he's Batman, but there is one case where he's dead.
There's multiple cases where he's dead.
Was it? Well, yes, right. But in those cases, it's generally he's dead. One of his parents is Batman. The other one's Joker.
I'm Batman.
I think the one I'm talking about is his father's Batman, mother's Joker.
Yeah. And there's also one where he's not Bruce Wayne and he's a girl. You never read any of the Dark Metal stuff, have you?
So what I said was Bruce Wayne. I said Bruce Wayne first.
Yeah, no, it's Bruce Wayne. It's just in this universe, Bruce Wayne is not Bruce Wayne. It's Bryce Wayne or something like that.
Well, then it's not Bruce Wayne.
No, it is, because she's the Bruce Wayne of her universe.
Well, yes, but it's not Bruce Wayne.
No, but she's Bryce Wayne or something.
Yes, but it's not Bruce Wayne.
All I remember is that she is the drowned Batman.
Okay.
From Dark Metal.
I actually haven't seen. They've read the.
Dark Metal's pretty sweet. It's not bad. My problem is that, like, to get the full story, you like gotta read okay, you gotta read this one and then this one and then this one and then there's all the Dark Batman comics, and I was like, okay, so that gives you the backstory of each of the Dark Knights.
Yeah,
that's what they're called. Original A.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, so for the thing that happened next in the story, go read Suicide Squad number blah 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 blah.
Okay.
I was like, oh fuck, okay, so now I'm at the point where I've got to read. Like, I think I ended up with like a spreadsheet of like, okay, read this one, then go over and read this one. Okay, now go read Hawkman. Okay, now come over and read Suicide Squad. Now back to Batman, Dark Metal. Okay, now go read Aquaman.
Oh, okay, jeez.
And I was like, this is so complicated. I just wanted to read a Batman
Unless you
story.
actually read everything, you won't get into the full story.
No, you will understand it, but you'll be missing big parts that will come back later. Like,
well, yes, then you
what Aquaman was doing, how the Suicide Squad just randomly showed up.
Okay. Suppose they're doing that with the TV series at the moment now, anyway.
Yeah, I know. Except I think it's a little bit more understandable and okay in comics.
Yeah.
Because I can knock one of them out in 10 minutes.
It's true.
I don't have to sit there for an hour watching a show I don't care about to get one part where it's 45 minutes. 4 minutes.
Because, no, like 4 hours.
What?
Because what happens is, when they do it with the crossovers from different shows, is it's like, one show has one part of it, another show has another part of it, another one has another one, and another one has another one. So to get the full story, you have to watch all 4.
I'm almost 30. I don't have time for this.
Still a little bit off it.
Dark Metal
Less
nice.
than a year.
Dark Metal was really good. It was like kind of the Batman that got me back into Batman.
That's fair.
And then I stopped reading Batman after I saw that one.
Going back into
What
it.
I did read though, at the same time,
yeah,
almost the same time, fairly sure about the same time, was Mr. Miracle. That was a great series.
Yeah.
If you're going to read a comic book series, go get Mr. Miracle. It's fucking sweet.
I haven't read too many.
What was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, that's right. Top Gear. The new episode came out.
Yes.
So there's a whole new episode where they're doing something. And I sent Kris like just one part. Like, oh, technically, it was one. Yeah, it was from one part, but it's just Hammond calling Clark's fat for like 2 minutes.
It was.
Obesity is a disease, a big fat heavy disease. What you didn't see was to get him out of that car, they had to disassemble it.
Holy shit! That's hilarious.
Yeah, I'll have to show you that whole fucking episode because it's pretty funny.
Fuck.
And then, of course, I showed you the James May part. Yeah, but you couldn't get it because you were too fat. No, he told me it was because he was too tall. But no, that one came out, and I knew it was coming out soon. And I was like, the other night, because for some reason last night, my internet just decided to go haywire for a bit.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, I know. And nothing was working except Prime.
Whereas I usually have the issue with Prime on my TV. Because I watch it all on my TV.
But no, because I was like, oh, is the internet not working? Turn on my Xbox. Internet's working fine.
Yeah.
In fact, at one point I was sitting there going, is my internet working? Not working. I was playing GTA 5 online, and I was just like, no, it is.
It's fine.
And so I went, okay, I'll restart it. And then I restarted it, and I was like, okay, internet's still not working on the PC. Check the Xbox. And the internet wasn't working on the Xbox. And I went, okay, that looks like an internet problem. And then the internet started working on the Xbox, and I was like, okay, so it should be working on the PC. Bloop. Something happened, nothing's loading except Amazon Prime Video.
Okay.
Except Prime Video.
It's another one.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yes.
And I went, okay, let me check the Xbox. Xbox is working. I'm like, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Look back. Prime Video stops working. I'm like, what? Look. Okay, Xbox isn't working. I'm like, okay, internet's playing up at this point.
Yes.
Restart it again. Go on. Eventually, I just shut down, like, all the internet pages that I normally have up, which is like 50.
It's a lot.
I'm a hoarder.
Yeah, he doesn't get rid of
I like my internet pages.
It does reuse them occasionally.
I do. Or I will open the same page somewhere else and be like, oh, I've already got that one open. Close the new one. No, not even that. Sometimes I just forget and be like, oh, you already had that one open. That's on a different window. I'll keep this one in this window while I'm using it. So anyway, all of that happened. Eventually, something worked and my internet came back and I was like, okay, that's nice. Whatever. So I sat down and I watched the latest episode of the Grand Tour.
Yes.
And yeah, it was pretty funny. I watched some parts and I was just like, fuck.
It is pretty good.
Oh, it was
They do some stupid shit.
That's why it's like one of the two things that I watch.
No, there's 3 now. But you don't watch the other one regularly.
What was the other one?
It's the Critical Role thing. The
Oh,
Dungeons and
Vox
Dragons.
Machina.
Yeah, that's the one.
No, so I did start watching Vox Machina and Invincible.
Yeah.
However, unlike the Grand Tour / Top Gear,
Yes. You don't repetitive.
I don't rewatch them.
Well, yes, I know that.
And both of them have halted. There is actually something else I was going to watch that's got a new season coming soon. I can't remember what it was.
I don't know.
Could have been
Invincible's supposed to
anime,
be
but
getting
I
out.
only watch anime when I'm in bed.
What's coming out soon?
Don't know. Can't remember.
Nothing continuing other than the stuff that's already continuing at the moment.
I don't know. It was like something season 2. I can't remember. So like, yeah, I can't remember. So honestly, I
have to look it up.
But yeah, so that happened, and I was just like, new episodes come out, so I watched that. Watched it. I enjoyed it. I had a laugh, and yeah, and then I just went back to watching YouTube. Really.
Yeah.
And then I woke up this morning. I was like, fuck! I hope my internet works. Everything was peachy. Everything was fine. I have no idea what the fuck happened.
Well, I used to have a very similar, sort of similar issue at Jordan's place at 2 a.m. every morning.
Fuck, I hate it. My problem with the internet, right, is that it's like your max speed and stuff is contingently relevant on how many people are using the internet at any given time.
Yes.
And so you go like, okay, so it's going to be really shit at like dinner time-ish. Like when most
Roughly
people
that,
are home. That's when it's going to be the shittest.
Yep.
Should be okay during the daytime.
Yes.
It's going to be shittest when everyone gets home. But late at night, it should be the best it could possibly be. However, I find it like
absolute
it's
fucking
almost like the internet providers go, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Shut it all down. We'll save ourselves some bandwidth. And it like just becomes the worst internet. It's like, no, it should be the best because everyone else is asleep.
And then you've got people like us, and it's like, we can't watch what we want to watch because you fucking slowed it down.
Yeah, it was pretty annoying.
As I said, it was about a solid 3 months of every morning at 2 o'clock. Which annoyed me because I was not going to sleep.
No, but anyway,
Fuckers.
that is the story of mine and Chris's weekend.
Yes.
It was hectic.
Yes.
Oh.
But not overly hectic. I've had hectic.
Yeah, well,
There was drama that we didn't deal with because
I'm not as I said to
there was that slight amount that we did deal with of
said,
just telling Jonathan to move away.
As I said to Kirby the next day when I saw him to get my chains back, I said to him,
"Yeah,
I fucking hate 20-year-old drama. I was so ready for all of that to be in me past."
Oh yeah.
And then on that one night, I just had to deal with it, and I'm just like, I should have gone. I should have gone home. I was offered a ride home at midnight. I could have been home, but no, I decided to stay out and play Big Brother. Rough.
I didn't have to do that. I'm not an older brother to anyone.
Yes, you're the baby. Anyhow, well, everyone, thank you for joining us. It has been roughly an hour.
Yes.
I don't really have anything else to say. Do you have anything to still say?
No, not really.
Actually, I do have one more thing to say.
Oh yeah, you got your GoPro.
Yeah, look at this bad boy. It's in a case and everything.
Oh, that's a case. Nice. I would explain why that was very rectangular.
Little GoPro.
Yeah.
1 of 50. So that's gonna be nice and fun when we go to the snow.
Yes.
And I'm officially pro. Officially.
Still don't agree.
I own a GoPro, which means I've gone pro.
No, it's not what it means.
That's 100% what it means.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Fairly sure it does.
How many think?
Anyway, guys. No, see, shut up. I'm pro, shut up. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. As always, I have been Darcy, he has been Kris. If you have enjoyed spending this time with us, thank you. Consider liking, sharing, subscribing. I would say check out our Patreon, but I know that's not going to be up and running by the time this comes out.
Yeah.
I'm still very lazy. But look forward to what's coming out next week. Might be a Cloudberry.
Ooh.
I don't know. I play it by ear. I just can't do whatever the fuck I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm my own boss. It's beautiful. We'll catch you next time. Goodbye.
So,
You suck.
no.
And you ruined everyone's night.
No, I didn't.
You lost a pool ball.
I didn't ruin people's night.
This kid. Fucking.
People still had a good night until the drama started. She was not over a pool ball.
Do you know? Were you involved? Did you know I didn't start over a pool ball?
No.
This kid. He's just so... Oh, look at his smug face. Look at it. Oh, it's so smug.
Pyramid like beanie?
No.
No? Okay.
It's more of a cone because it's circular at the base.
Ah, I see. Yes,
Circular.
that's a good point. Well, that
Yes.
depends on how you have it sitting.
There's no such thing as a circular based pyramid. It's a
I
cone.
didn't say that there was.
It's cone.
I was just saying it depends on the way you have it sitting. You could make it have a square base.
I have a square head. I'm not a footballer.
I'm aware of that.
If you are a footballer,
How's the square
how
head
square
going?
is your head? On a scale of my head, this box. Does your head fit in the box?
Is it a perfect fit or is the corners just like not?
If your head does fit in that box, please let us know because that means you quite possibly the best footballer ever.
Oh shit, you would
Especially
be.
the squareness.
Oh yeah.
Hello, no, fuck that. I need a drink first. Fuck you all. Especially you, Nick. Where's my money?
We need it.
I don't need it, but it's almost ghost hunting
you
season.
don't tell him that.
It's almost ghost hunting season.
Well, clearly, if it's almost ghost hunting season, we need it so we can get all the equipment first.
Yeah, I do need 50 GoPros on my face.
Oh yeah. Fuck seeing where you're going.
Yeah, but I'll be able to see everything.
Later.
Yeah, I'll make it like a halo.
Oh.
Or a... Hey, pro.
Jesus Christ. I didn't realise you were trying to think of a word that went with that.
I was going to say a Golo, and I was like, no, I don't like that one.
No.
That sounds like I'm going to put my head down somewhere.
Sounds like you've just there's a post that's like a beam that's about this high. You're just gonna get under.
Yeah, and I wouldn't know.
Unless you're
I
gonna go
wouldn't
low.
know if someone's saying go low, like duck, or nice headpiece.
That's what? Yeah, that's a fair point.
Go low. What? Bang! Oh, it was a pole.
Shit, wrong one.
Go low. What are you ducking for? Oh, there's no pole. No, just ignoring your head cameras.
Oh shit.
Oh.
That'd be interesting.
What, me walking around with 50 GoPros attached to my face?
Yes, yes it would.
That's right, they'll be pointed all around, but they will attach to my face using sticky pads.
This just brings us to the point of how annoying the word duck is. We're talking the animal, or the fact that you're about to run into something, so duck, or something's about to hit you in the head,
So duck. Or your buddy, whose nickname is Duck, is over there.
Holy shit! Not again.
Wait, Duck! What?
Did he get really start burping a lot when he had bread?
No.
Oh.
But he does like wet bread. because he's a duck.
Ah, I see.